Forget your Michelin stars, your white tablecloths, your sommeliers with their perfectly enunciated French. Tonight we're diving into the belly of the beast, the beating heart of a culture. We're talking street food, folks. The kind of food that's as raw and real as the people who make it, the places it comes from. Join us as we explore local markets around the world, diving into the heart of authentic cultures and their most iconic street foods. From the vibrant streets of Mexico, savoring mouth-watering tacos, to the bustling markets of Asia, where unique flavors and aromas await, this journey is perfect for foodies and travel enthusiasts alike. So grab a napkin, or maybe two, you're gonna need it. This is a trip for the senses, a celebration of life, death, and everything in between, all served up on a paper plate. Let's get dirty. We begin in Mexico City, a city that pulsates with life, music spilling out of every doorway, the air thick with the scent of chili and lime. This city, my friends, knows how to eat. And nowhere is that more evident than in the Mercado de la Merced, a sprawling labyrinth of stalls, each one a testament to generations of culinary tradition. We're here for one thing and one thing only, tacos. But not the kind you find wrapped in foil at your local drive-thru. These are the real deal, the kind that'll make you weep tears of joy and probably a little bit of pain. We're talking tortillas pressed fresh while you wait. Piled high with slow-cooked meats, tangy salsas, a squeeze of lime, a sprinkle of cilantro. Look at this place, a symphony of spice and smoke. Old women with hands gnarled like ancient roots work magic over sizzling grills. The air is thick with the smell of charcoal and caramelized onions, the sizzle of meat hitting the fire, the chatter of vendors hawking their wares. Here, the al pastor reigns supreme. Imagine this, thinly sliced pork, marinated in a blend of chiles, spices, a hint of pineapple for that sweet and savory punch. It's cooked on a vertical spit called a trompo, the meat shaved off to order, each slice glistening with flavor. But don't sleep on the carnitas, my friends. This is pork shoulder, slow cooked in its own fat until it surrenders to the heat, melting in your mouth like a forbidden dream. Add some onions, a touch of salsa verde, and you've got yourself a one-way ticket to Flavor Town. So come on, let's grab a couple of these bad boys and find a spot to enjoy the symphony of the streets. From the fiery heart of Mexico, we journey across the Pacific to the neon-lit streets of Osaka, Japan. Here, amidst the towering skyscrapers and bustling crowds, lies a culinary treasure that will tantalize your taste buds, takoyaki. Forget sushi for a moment, forget ramen. We're talking about these little balls of joy, crispy on the outside, almost impossibly soft and creamy on the inside. They're like little molten lava cakes of deliciousness, just waiting to erupt in your mouth. Dotonbori, Osaka's entertainment district, is a feast for the senses. Giant illuminated billboards scream at you, the air thick with the smell of frying oil and something altogether more intriguing. It's the scent of dashi, the savory broth that forms the heart of Japanese cuisine. We're on the hunt for takoyaki and we find it nestled among the pachinko parlors and karaoke bars, a small stall radiating heat and the hypnotic rhythm of a master at work. The takoyaki chef moves with a precision that borders on the artistic, his hands a blur as he manipulates batter and fillings with effortless grace. The process is mesmerizing. A cast-iron griddle, pockmarked with hemispherical molds, sizzles with anticipation. Batter is poured in, followed by tiny morsels of octopus, pickled ginger, tempura scraps, and green onions. Then, the magic begins. With a flick of the wrist and a pair of chopsticks that move faster than you thought possible, the chef flips each takoyaki, creating perfectly round balls of golden brown goodness. The finished product is a thing of beauty. Steaming hot takoyaki, glistening with a savory sauce, sprinkled with dancing flakes of bonito, awanori seaweed swaying in the breeze. One bite, and you're transported to a world of umami, the savory fifth taste that the Japanese have perfected. Standing there, watching the takoyaki master work his magic, the steam rising up to meet the neon glow of the city, it's a sensory overload in the best possible way. So, if you ever find yourself in Osaka, do yourself a favor and seek out a takoyaki stall. Chapter 3. Bangkok, the art of pad thai. The air hangs heavy with humidity, and the intoxicating aroma of chili, lemongrass, and something altogether unidentifiable, yet utterly compelling. We're in Bangkok, a city that assaults the senses in the best possible way, a chaotic symphony of sights, sounds, and smells, and nowhere is that chaos more evident, more intoxicating, than in its street food scene. Tonight we dine on the streets amidst the roar of motorbike engines and the sizzle of woks. We're here for pad thai, that quintessential Thai dish that's become a global phenomenon. But trust me, you've never tasted pad thai like this. This is the real deal, cooked with love, fire, and a healthy dose of chaos. We find ourselves at a stall on Yaowarat Road, Bangkok's Chinatown, a street that never sleeps. Our chef, a woman with a smile as warm as the Thai sun, presides over her wok like a conductor leading an orchestra. Her movements are a blur as she deftly tosses noodles, vegetables, and sauces, creating a masterpiece one plate at a time. The air crackles with the heat of the wok, the flames licking at the sides, as rice noodles hit the hot surface. The sizzle is intoxicating, a siren song to hungry travelers. Bean sprouts, spring onions, and scrambled eggs are added with precision, each ingredient playing its part in the symphony of flavors. The sauce, a blend of fish sauce, tamarind, palm sugar, and chilies, is the soul of the dish. The finished dish is a thing of beauty, a tangle of noodles glistening with sauce topped with crushed peanuts, lime, and cilantro. Sitting on plastic stools, the aroma of pad thai filling your nostrils. It's a sensory overload that stays with you long after the last bite is gone. So when you find yourself in Bangkok, yearning for an authentic taste of Thailand, skip the fancy restaurants and head straight for the streets. Chapter 4, Mumbai, a symphony of flavors in a single bite, Pani Puri. The air hangs thick with humidity and the intoxicating aroma of spices. We're in Mumbai, a city that pulsates with life, where ancient traditions collide with modern aspirations. Nowhere is that energy more palpable than in its street food scene. Tonight we eat with our hands, diving into the world of Pani Puri, a dish that's as much about the experience as it is about the taste. Imagine a small, crisp sphere filled with a tantalizing mixture of potatoes, chickpeas, chutneys, and a burst of flavor. It's a flavor bomb waiting to explode in your mouth, a symphony of textures and tastes. We find ourselves at a stall in the heart of Mumbai, surrounded by the cacophony of the city. Cars honk, vendors hawk their wares, and the aroma of spices fills the air. Our Pani Puri vendor, a man with a quick smile and hands that move with the precision of a surgeon, assembles each piece with lightning speed. A puri, a small hollow ball of fried dough, is expertly cracked open with his thumb, creating a perfect vessel for the explosion of flavors to come. He then fills the puri with a mixture of mashed potatoes, boiled chickpeas, and a sprinkle of sev, crispy gram flour noodles that add a delightful crunch. A drizzle of sweet tamarind chutney and a dollop of spicy green chutney are added for good measure. And then, the final touch. A spoonful of pani, a tangy spicy water infused with mint, coriander, and a secret blend of spices, is poured into the puri, filling it to the brim. The vendor hands us the Pani Puri, urging us to eat it in one bite. Ekdom, he insists, his eyes twinkling with mischief. We oblige, popping the entire sphere into our mouths, and the explosion of flavors is immediate, intense, and utterly unforgettable. The puri shatters, releasing a flood of sweet, sour, salty, spicy, and tangy sensations. So when you find yourself in Mumbai yearning for an authentic taste of India, skip the fancy restaurants and head straight for a Pani Puri stall. Chapter 5, Marrakesh, the soul of Morocco in a tagine. The air is thick with the scent of spices, a heady mix of cumin, turmeric, saffron, and something altogether unidentifiable yet utterly intoxicating. We're in Marrakesh, Morocco, a city that feels like stepping into a storybook, a labyrinth of narrow alleyways, vibrant colors, and sensory overload. We've come to Jama El Fna, the heart of the city, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a feast for the senses. Snake charmers weave their magic, storytellers captivate with tales as old as time, and the aroma of food, rich and intoxicating, hangs heavy in the air. It's here, amidst the chaos and beauty, that we seek out the true taste of Morocco tagine. Forget your fancy restaurants, your white tablecloths, your Michelin stars. Tonight we dine like locals, sharing food cooked with love, tradition, and a healthy dose of spice. We find a stall tucked away in a corner of the square, the air around it thick with the aroma of slow-cooked meat and exotic spices. The tagine, a conical earthenware pot, sits nestled over hot coals, its contents simmering slowly, the flavors melding together in a symphony of aromas. It's a dish as old as time, a symbol of Moroccan hospitality and culinary tradition. Our host, a man with a weathered face and eyes that hold the wisdom of generations, greets us with a warm smile. He's been cooking tagine for as long as he can remember, his recipes passed down through his family for generations. He lifts the lid of the tagine, and the aroma that escapes is intoxicating, a heady blend of spices, slow-cooked meat, and something altogether magical. Inside, chicken pieces, tender and succulent, nestle amongst a bed of vegetables, each one cooked to perfection. There are plump, juicy raisins, their sweetness a counterpoint to the savory spices. There are slivered almonds, toasted to a golden brown, adding a delicate crunch. The tagine is traditionally eaten communally, everyone scooping out portions with pieces of Moroccan bread. Sitting here in the heart of Marrakesh, surrounded by the sights, sounds and smells of this incredible city, sharing a tagine with newfound friends, it's a moment that stays with you long after the last bite is gone. So when you find yourself in Morocco, yearning for an authentic culinary adventure, seek out a tagine. From the chaotic streets of Mexico City to the bustling markets of Marrakesh, we've only scratched the surface of the world's incredible street food scene. We've tasted the soul of these places, one bite at a time, and discovered that food is more than just sustenance, it's a story, a celebration, a connection to something ancient and profound. We've seen that the best meals are often the simplest, cooked with love, passion, and a deep respect for tradition. Discover the hidden stories behind every dish, and immerse yourself in a culinary adventure like no other. So, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep your minds and stomachs open to the endless possibilities that the world of food has to offer. Don't forget to subscribe for more food and travel inspiration.